Chapter 4. Lord, how can I deal with these demons? Lisa said out loud. Lisa, I have given you the power and capability. I have done this because I cannot be in every place at once. You must figure out a way to deal with the demons of Garyx on your own. You have faith in me just as I believe in you. Lisa paced back and forth. Lord, I cannot outright kill them. You have given me the power, but if I do that, they will get what they truly want. If I truly believed that you could not handle this, I would have chosen someone else. You also know that as my emissary, you are directly linked with me, and I know everything that you know. Lisa sighed. I am sorry for wasting your time, my lord. Lisa heard laughter nearby, a dark, sinister laughter directed at her. She quickly looked in that direction to witness one of the demonic things staring at her. This one was skinny like the rest, but tall with a long maw and long, slender fingers. The arms and legs were far apart as the middle of this creature stretched out exaggeratively. You will die by my hand and Jason's will, Lisa declared. So? The thing responded. Shouldn't my power frighten you? Lisa asked. No. If anything, it pleases us. Garyx loves your kind, the foolish, naive ones. The thing hissed. Demons like you have no place in this world. Lisa screamed at the thing, rushing its direction, ready to strike it down with her fist. The thing spread its arms out, making itself an easy target for her. We are devils, not demons. In Jason's heaven. Garyx and the full god Jason stared into a viewing portal, watching Lisa. Garyx raised a hand. Metamind, that thing is not lying. It is a devil. Since when do devils and demons work together? I do not know, Metamind. Perhaps with you coming to destroy all fiends, both demons and devils alike now work together. Unlikely. Garyx nodded his agreement. Too true. It was foolish of me to suggest that those two types could ever get along for any purpose. It explains why they care about souls. That is devil territory. As you know, devils are far more cunning than demons. They are evil and law incarnate, highly organized, highly trained. Devils can accomplish the same thing demons can, but with far less power. I have never witnessed demons work together without forced cooperation. These devils are doing it voluntarily. Let us see how Lisa handles this. Just as Lisa was inches from that devil, the thing snapped its fingers, altering the surrounding area. Everything erupted into fire. The flames transformed into fiends that looked similar to the one Lisa was attacking. Lisa hit not the intended target, but something blocking her, wielding a trident. She jumped back, shocked by the sudden arrival of reinforcements. What will you do now, Metamind? Garyx asked. They came to that devil's call immediately, springing to action. Lisa is my emissary. She can handle 12 devils. Why don't you act? Garyx asked. I am the ultimate weapon at my disposal. If this can draw me out, then I do not deserve my divinity. Garyx smiled. Good. It pleases me to see you understand the slow games gods must play in order to conquer one another. The Metamind god looked directly at Garyx. Be careful with your words. Garyx said no more. They turned their attention back to the viewing portal. Lisa jumped into the air, avoiding the swings of their weapons. The devils took flight, with her still surrounding her. Dodging one swing from a sharp barbed weapon caused her to be cut by another. She did not let out a scream of pain, but maintained her concentration on the fight. Her halo lit up, charging the power from within. "This one is predictable." One devil laughed from behind, swinging a weapon, cutting off one of Lisa's wings. She hurled to the ground, rolling with the fall, using her remaining wing to soften the impact, staying balanced. The moment she landed, the devils landed as well, surrounding her. Laughing, the devils moved in close from every direction, ready to pounce. "Thank you, Garyx, for this opportunity to serve," came a war cry from one of the devils. Her halo was fully bright. "Die, devil scum!" Every devil vanished from sight just as the energy was released, scorching the surrounding area. They reappeared just after the energy dissipated. The devils were unscathed. "Are you fucking kidding me?" Lisa screamed. Their laughter echoed all around her. "You are not the first Archon we have dealt with." They continued to move in close. "Lord, Jason, give me strength." Lisa stood up, right with her fists glowing psychic power on their own. Jarius frowned. "You gave her every psychic component and divine power, along with a full understanding of how to use them, and she is faring poorly." "I did not err in choosing her." "Agreed. Metamind, you did not. I am just as surprised as you to see devils instead of demons." Lisa punched through one devil, obliterating it. The thing exploded upon death. She kept her hand extended, causing the explosion to implode, countering the death throes. "You could try to tear me apart little by little." Her severed wings sprouted out, regenerating before her foes. "You will get your small hits in." She punched another devil, destroying it in the same manner. "But in the end, all of you will be nothing." Three devils lunged at her from different directions, concentrating her cerebral muscle. Their spears kinetically pointed away from herself and to each other. Those three devils could not stop rushing forward. Their weapons stabbed into each other, leaving a triangle of impelled demons around Lisa. Psychic bubbles formed around each of those three devils to contain their death throes. "7 of you remain." 6 of the remaining devils backed away, trying to preserve their own lives. The original devil stood still. "Very impressive," the thing retorted with a sly smile. "I don't care," Lisa said as she ran to the devil, punching through him. The thing did not resist as her fist impaled through it. The remaining devils vanished from sight. Lisa looked around, ready to continue her fight. No enemies were within sight. "Why did he want me to kill him?" she asked herself. "Garyx now knows that he can intimidate you, my emissary, into battle. He can show up any time he pleases. This was a calculated test. You have not failed in your actions, Lisa. I have failed in mine." Jason and Clemo. The two exited another book. Looking at each other, Jason answered Clemo's silent question. "We have been through 1,612 books." Clemo frowned. "If you deem this important enough to spend this much time on, then I shall not question you." The book in Jason's hand disintegrated. He picked up another. The two converted back to light that flowed into the pages in Jason's hands. They materialized into another world that resembled a cavern or dungeon. "Every soul that is dedicated to me is precious." They were surrounded by the bubble once again. Clemo scratched his head. "I am not saying we should let this guy remain a prisoner of Garyx. I am just wondering why you are trying this hard to save him." Clemo paused. "I worded that poorly." Jason chuckled. "I understand your question, Clemo. You want to know why I am striving this hard to save Gerald when the exact same amount of effort could save millions of others." "Yes, exactly." The story flashed before him until Jason stopped time, dismissing the bubble. He bent down, picking up the shard of Gerald. that piece of his soul that had been shattered by Garyx into thousands of pieces. Because I care about both the big picture and the little things. Jason stood upright. He waved his hand, converting both himself and Klimo to light that vanished from this story world. They reappeared back in the house, flooded with books. The book in his hand vaporized as he picked up another from the endless pile of books. If you prefer, my friend, you may go. I do not hold you prisoner here. Klimo paused, not knowing how to answer. Say no more, Klimo. I know when you truly want to do right now. Go to your fellow Klimos. Join them. But Klimo protested. Jason waved his free hand, kinetically pushing Klimo out of the house, passing harmlessly through the walls until he was outside, at which point his body fell to the ground unscathed and returned to his normal dimension, where he was physical once more. Jason converted his body to light that siphoned into the book. The Metamind's Heaven. Garyx and the god Metamind had several viewing portals open. Turning away from the one showing Klimo in the avatar of the Metamind, Garyx cocked his head in confusion. Why is Klimo still his normal self? Without looking at Garyx, the Metamind responded, You mean, why have I not made him into an Archon? Yes, Garyx answered. His purpose is grander than that of an Archon wielding angelic power. Garyx held his laughter. Instead, he looked back into one of the many viewing portals. You find it comical. You see Klimo as weak and pathetic. Your complete lack of compassion is your greatest problem, Garyx. Garyx kept quiet. When Klimo dies, his soul will come to me. It is then that he shall become an Archon. His life is his to live how he sees fit until then. Looking back into the viewing portal following Klimo, he was seen teleporting away from Mount Skyborn. That old familiar bar, the same familiar waitress cleaning a glass behind the bar working alone. There were two customers sitting separately, quietly keeping to themselves. A gust of wind pushed the air around the room, causing papers and napkins to rustle around the three occupants. The three occupants looked to see his notable eye patch, missing ear, scarred face, missing pinky, and glowing swords sheathed at his sides. They're not here, Klimo said. Frowning, he teleported out. The air flowed into the empty space Klimo had created. Two of the three remaining patrons vanished, the form of the waitress flashing as she transformed into a red-skinned, six-armed version of the same man. Gotcha! Red grinned, teleporting away. The bar flickered, revealing his true form to be a ghastly sight full of dead bodies. Splattered blood, broken furniture, and sundered weapons laid about. Ooh, Red is still trying to get your Klimo, Garyx said. I know. Are you going to intervene? No. Klimo has made his decision to venture the multiverse alone. Klimo teleported into another bar within another universe. Looking around, nothing was unusual. The same waitress was here, along with several patrons, frowning. Klimo attempted to teleport away. Nothing happened. What? He said, confused at remaining stationary. You are so predictable, Red said, appearing behind Klimo with his arms wrapped around the younger version of himself. Shit, not again. Jason, help me, Klimo called out. No, Klimo. Jason's voice entered Klimo's mind. You have chosen your solitude. Fret not. Should you die, you will join me eternally. However, you are not powerless, my friend. I believe you can find a way to beat or escape this threat without my help. How? Klimo called out. Jason did not respond. I followed you. You are the easiest Klimo to find, Red said. How many times do we have to kill you? Klimo said, attempting to escape the death grip Red had, knowing Red was a dozen times stronger and more powerful. Red laughed as His top right arm lifted up, transforming into a multi-tentacled limb, aiming for the top of Klimo's head. You have nothing unique to offer me, and yes, it sure would have been much easier to simply let you go, but I will have every Klimo. The tentacles wrapped around the top of his head. With but a twist, I will consume your brain. Red heard a striking sound against his wrist. Oh, and who thinks they can... Red's tentacled hand fell off from the unseen assailant. Attempting to look around, his head turned. His eyes were met with a blade piercing his chest. That's cute. You actually believe this will have an effect on me? Of all people? You can't kill me. Gray sheathed her sword. You honestly think it is a coincidence that none of your vital organs have been stabbed? Looking down at his chest wound, Red saw his body was not healing. Looking closer, Red saw the discoloring around himself. Why are they? His eyes opened wide as he saw the discoloring spread. We have been trying to kill you this whole time, Magic stepped forward. When what we should have been doing is curing you. Red leapt up, trying to fight the change rapidly overtaking him. Twinkle pointed at him, focusing his psychic energy. You aren't teleporting out, he smiled. I don't need to. The now half-changed Red raged, thrashing around, trying to manifest another power, only to have nothing happen. Nope, Magic said. Anti-magic field was put over you. Red swung at Gray, who in turn kicked his hand away. You can't regenerate this, she chuckled. Turning his body, attempting to fight this event, Red tried to run, only to fall to the floor as his extra appendages shrank to nothing, along with his skin no longer red, but the same tone as the other Klimos in the room. His body lay motionless. Smiling, the one-eyed Klimo stood up, overjoyed to see the other versions of himself. You came for me. Twinkle helped him to his feet. Yes, we did, Twinkle said with indifference. The one-eared Klimo looked to see 4 Klimos standing around. He saw Twinkle, Gray, Magic, and another. Who are you? Klimo pointed to the 4th one. Klimo, he said. Looking at this one from top to bottom, the only distinguishing feature on them that set him apart was his long hair. Prior to our city's collapse, I was an architect. I designed every building. I'm happy to meet you, my brother. They call me Junior because I'm the youngest. Were you hiding this entire time? Magic pointed at the unconscious, flesh-toned Red Klimo on the ground. This one on the floor, and the one you were talking to used to be Red's. Junior shot his gaze to Magic. What? How? Magic? Magic chuckled. Junior joined the laughter. Gray grabbed Junior by the wrist, drew her sword without letting go of him. Don't move, she ordered. What is going on? Junior Klimo attempted to pull his arm back. Twinkle appeared behind him, grabbing and holding him still. Hey, what are you doing? Gray cut the center of his arm. There, it is done. She lets go of the younger Klimo. Twinkle relaxed his grip. Junior jumped back, clenching his arm. Why did you do that? Magic held his hands up, imploring Klimo to listen. You are now immune. To what? The red infection. Gray scolded, sheathing her sword. Architect Klimo held his hands out. I was a red just yesterday. Klimo pointed to the ground at the unconscious Klimo. Just a moment ago, so was he. Forgetting the scratch on his arm, Klimo looked at the former Reds, examining them back and forth. How have you done this? Hold vision out, Gray ordered. They are like my swords and can absorb a singular power. Unsheathing the green glowing swords, Klimo held them out. Yes, I find Fiendbane to be ever useful in the fight against demons. Copy my sword's power into yours. Then I will lose my fiend bane. I don't think that's a good idea. Gray cocked her head. I don't give a shit what you think. You are going to help us. Now will your psychic weapons copy the ability stored in mine? She pushed their swords together. Klimo gave in to her demands. Copy it, Vision. You are a Klimo. Start acting like it, Twinkle said. We also just saved your life again. We have a lot of work to do, and we aren't asking for your help. We insist upon it. Klimo sighed. I'm sorry. Yes, you are, Grace said, pointing at the youngest Klimo. And you can make up for abandoning us by seeing through to the end of Red with us. Junior nodded without saying another word. Magic put his arm around Junior. Cheer up, Junior. We finally have hope against Red. We are going to undo this. Klimo looked at his magical alternate. How did you do this? Well, you see, even though every Klimo is technically the same person, we each came from a different universe. When Red absorbs a Klimo, he takes all of their memories. The magic now stored in your swords, when stabbed into a Red, force him to recognize the universe which that body came from. Magic smiled, boasting his knowledge. That is the key, you see. It forces the knowledge that the body originally had to override every other memory, expelling all that is Red and restoring them to their true Klimo self. All you need to do is pierce him, and the magic does the rest. Well, you certainly have made this easy. No, we haven't. While Red is currently ignorant of what we are doing, he will eventually catch on, which is why we need to act fast. Once Red discovers that he cannot absorb us, he will no longer hold back, Twinkle said. Junior, Red literally is every Klimo with the exception of us here in this room. He is over 1 million strong. He has had the option to obliterate us with a thought. Gray kicked a chair down. While we finally have a fighting chance, this is going to be much harder very soon. Klimo held his hands out, questioning. What about Jason? Surely he can help. Twinkle and Gray shook their heads. This nonsense again? Twinkle said. Magic held his hands out to speak. Junior, Jason has his own fights to worry about. God or not, if he were going to help us, he would have already done so. We are on our own. He has proven no different than the other gods. But we helped him defeat Orcus. He owes us. Yet, here we are alone, aren't we? Gray said. Junior slumped down, allowing that truth to sink in. He argued no more. Inside of the Temple of Garyx. His flames will cleanse this world of filth. The return, blessed chaos, to us once more. Hail, Garyx! Ian shouted from the podium to the congregation before him. Go, my brothers and sisters, to find those worthy of his fire and his love. The people stood from the pews and proceeded to leave this church. Ian remained standing, unmoving behind him. A large horned devil floated in the air quietly. After the final person shut the door behind them, Ian turned around. Has the will of Garyx changed? The devil was already looking at Ian. It remained unblinking as it spoke telepathically to him. Garyx is ready to reward you. You will be the first to change by his will. Do you accept this change? Ian raised a fist. Nothing would please me more than to please my lord. A smile etched on the devil's face. Pointing at Ian, the thing responded, So be it. A dark beam of energy exited his finger. This power wrapped around Ian, splashing like oil, covering his entire body. The dark liquid did not fall to the ground, but flowed over his body, as if he himself was the center of gravity for this evil. It covered his entire body after the beam finished. What remained was a large black egg-shaped object with Ian still inside and completely hidden. The rippling slowed down as this thing covered his body, hardened. Garyx gives to you the greatest gift any mortal has ever received. You will be his direct emissary, the devil said. I am no longer needed here. It stepped back into the shadowed corner, vanishing as it blended into the darkness. Alone now, the egg shook, cracking on its own. The large crack ripped from top to bottom of the egg, splitting in 3 different directions. A long, singular nail poked through this crack. It retracted only to poke additional holes out of the egg. My master has blessed me. Ian's voice changed. The voice was deeper, louder, and bellowed from a far stronger body that stood up, breaking the egg entirely. Looking at his reborn body, Ian examined his long claws first. Magnificent. Turning his head back, he saw his large dragon wings. Looking down on his naked body, he took in the sight of the scales that grew over his own skin. I am a great red dragon. The voice boomed throughout the church. Inhaling deeply, Ian exhaled fire from left to right. Curtains and other objects caught fire. Gray fire quickly spread around. All the while, Ian laughed. His body was still shaped like that of a man, only his features were that of a dragon. Ian was 9 feet tall. You are no longer human, no longer mortal, and no longer Ian. Ian looked around confused by the voice in his head. Master? Is that you? Yes, my new child, you have been blessed with my beauty. Ian spread his wings out, overjoyed. Garyx, you truly have blessed me. Lord, what is your will? Go forth and convert those worthy of this gift I have given you, for your touch can change all who accept my word. Looking at his clawed hands, a tear formed in his eye. I am your emissary. This is the greatest honor I've ever known. Now I have the power to remove the despicable humanity from those I deem worthy. I can make them like me. Reborn your human name to be discarded like the trash it is. Your name shall be Lazan. End of chapter 4.